It's cold. Well, we have made it to our very first trip out with the new rooftop tent. Super excited about this, guys. So I've never set this thing up actually out in the wild. I've only done a couple of test runs in my driveway, literally. So this whole trip is gonna be a first for me. Everything from getting the tent set up to getting the ladder, figuring out what side I wanna put the ladder on. Everything's gonna be brand new, but I'm super excited about it. So guys, I'm just gonna get this tent set up because we're at the time of the year now where the sun goes down really early. So let's get this thing set up, because I really don't know how long it's gonna take to get everything up and running, but it shouldn't take but literally 8.5 seconds to get that tent set up. It's all the other junk I gotta mess with. So first things first, I don't really know which way I wanna put my ladder, if I wanna have it coming off the side or if I want it coming out the back. But I can mess with that here when I get done. But first thing you gotta do, get this tent open. So this tent does have it is locked. I don't know how secure it is, but in a way I kind of don't like it because I got to keep up with this key. Nope, not enough leverage. Well, there you go. That's set up. 7 seconds. A lot of people asked how long it took. No, but for real, I got to get up in the tent now and push out this extra little piece that comes with this tent. But I got to get the ladder up. So I guess I'm going to have the ladder coming out the back. But I'm going to take it down once I get everything set up, because I like to use the tailgate. And I can't have the tailgate down. I mean, I guess if I have the ladder way out at a kind of a funky angle, you could keep it, but let's just get up there and get this tent all situated. There we go. Locked and loaded. All right, well, I'm just gonna take you up here with me. And kind of show you the setup for this, man. I've been to this site before. This is not new to me, but I knew that I like this site. It's right by the water, and I thought this would be a perfect spot to test this thing out. But just the vantage point that I'm getting up here is super cool. I'm digging it. Well, let's get in here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay. There's just this bar that I got to push up. It's stored just like this. This is really easy to do with one hand. So there you go. And then these come unclipped. Undo that latch. And I can't do it one-handed. And same for the other side. That's it. Then you're going to kind of push these bars to create more tension and then lock them down. That literally took maybe not even 5 minutes. But let's get these windows open. And I'm in my house with my shoes. It's not allowed, but oh man, this is incredible. Wish you guys were here to enjoy it with me. Just kidding. Kind of like being by myself. But the view up here is just, oh gosh, man, it is gonna be a fun night. And I got this sky roof that I can open up, but I'm definitely gonna have to put you down because I gotta tie it up. Look at that. So it's got a couple of straps. I'm gonna get this tied up and then I'll meet you down below. Easy peasy. Now it's getting down. Hello. This isn't gonna be fun in the morning, but it's not too bad, so there you go. That just looks sweet. I like the way it looks. You know, I didn't particularly honestly like the look of the camper shell on my truck, but I kind of like the look of that. So I got a whole bunch of other stuff that I gotta kind of get situated and sorted. I brought my diesel heater because right now it's 65 degrees, so it's a perfect day right now. The sun is terrible, but it's going to get down to freezing tonight. So I got my diesel heater filled up completely, brought my battery to use, but I did end up getting yet another new heater because I've been wanting the, I think it's the HCalory SS2, and they've been out of stock forever. They finally came into stock, so I picked that one up. It's just a really sweet little diesel heater. So I'm gonna be getting that set up. And I'm gonna show you what I picked up on Etsy to hopefully route the exhaust tube up into the tent without having a whole bunch of air gaps, but that's enough talking. I'm gonna get this stuff set up and then I'll show you. So I kind of been going back and forth on how I wanted to transport all of my stuff that I need. And I originally thought I was going to use one of those big Home Depot just storage totes. And then I found this, which is basically just a, they call it a trunk organizer. And it worked out perfect because I can keep all of my stuff in it. So up here in the front, I've got all, you know, fire starters. I got all my kitchen stuff, my cutting board, my spoons, knives, spatulas, all my spices, even threw in some hot hands. Probably not going to need them tonight, but I got all that up in the front that's, you know, easy to get to. And then this has a little Velcro lid. And in here, I've just got all kinds of junk. I've got my grill and my barbecue chimney I'm going to use tonight. A bunch of lights, my coffee pot, my coffee maker, all of my butane fuel, some extra knives, extension cords, just all the stuff that I end up using is now put in here. Now this on this side is actually a cooler, which I'm using it tonight. Any warmer than this and I wouldn't trust it, but this side's actually a cooler. And you can of course use it for like storage and stuff, but tonight I've got a couple of ice packs in there for dinner. But I think just this ended up working out perfect. It's got a couple of handles and I can just move it around. When I get home I can take it out and stick it in my garage and keep all of my camping stuff together. But thought this was pretty cool. But I got to get it out of the way because I got to get to my heater and get this thing set up. So in case I can't get a close-up when I get this thing installed, this is what I picked up off of Etsy. And this is kind of, it's just a 3D printed piece of plastic, but I'll show you how it works in theory. I haven't tested it out yet, but the zippers just go around both sides of this. That way it doesn't have the zippers don't have to close around this circle. So you're not gonna have as much of an air gap, hopefully, on the tent. But I just, again, little Etsy find that I'm hoping it's gonna work. But we gotta get this thing set up. And I really wanna get one of those, I think they call them tire tables, where it kind of sits over your tire and it's just a ledge. But man, they were like 150 bucks. So for right now, I'm just gonna use one of my little, I don't know, camping tables to put the heater on and hope that it's gonna Hope that's gonna work and I get it up high enough to where that duct will reach up there. That is my heater tray. So that should work right there. I'm gonna scoot it back. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be easier for me to do inside. So that definitely works pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's still better than trying to seal up that gap with a circle with the two zippers on both sides. I was thinking I was going to have to put a towel or something around that duct, but you know, this isn't perfect, but it works a lot better. Now, this heater, you know, I had an issue running my other heater with the DC output. It was just pulling too much off my power station. This particular heater actually comes with an AC converter that plugs directly into the AC. Now, of course, you can still run DC and it's going to be more efficient, but I'm just going to run AC. So I got the my AC200L that's going to hopefully power that heater all night long. I have no idea really how much power that heater uses. I'm gonna see tonight when I run it, but it shouldn't be anywhere over 200 watts on startup. This thing's got 2,000 watt hours. I should be totally fine. I've got a gallon of diesel in my heater, and that should last for 2 or 3 days actually. But this is what's going to be powering that heater all night long instead of just a standalone battery. So that's why I like that heater, because it's got that AC converter on already, you know, it comes with it. So it just makes it a lot easier. That is pretty much it for setup. And of course, I'll show you the ductwork once I get inside tonight, kind of how it looks a little bit up close. But yeah, it is time to get relaxation mode turned on. I'm on decongestants trying to get rid of this cold that I've had. So I brought my giant water jug because that stuff is just sucking all of the moisture out of me. It's like turning me into beef jerky from the inside out. This is the only problem. I got to go put my little power station up there. So now I got to put the ladder back up. But this is what's going to power all my stuff tonight up there. And I'm just showing you folks kind of how I'm doing my setup. Normal videos probably won't be this way, but I'm just trying to figure this out as I go. So I didn't want to put a huge power station up there because it's heavy to move up and down. So this should be more than enough to power the LED lights in there, keep my phone charged, maybe my iPad, and charging up these camera batteries overnight. And it weighs nothing. So I'm thinking this will be perfect up there. But we'll see. So this is another, I like Blue Eddy, obviously. This is the AC2A. But I'm going to put this up there somehow. And then I'm getting pretty hungry. Might be starting to think about getting some charcoal heating up here pretty soon. And if you're asking yourself, well, Brian, why don't you just put the ladder on that side? Well, it's because I didn't move these ladder hangers because this was in the way. On my ladder rack was in the way. So I didn't bring an Allen wrench, an Allen key. So I can't put the ladder coming down this side tonight. So really the only area that I have to put that ladder is coming out the back. So I'll just put it up there when I'm ready to climb up there and go to bed, but that's why it's like that. Let's get some ambiance going tonight, shall we? Special night. Get some special lights. Make sure they work. Sweet. This is fun, guys. I'll tell you, it feels like I kind of got my spark back for camping. I was getting pretty bored with the truck camper and doing the same thing over and over again. And this just feels completely different. It actually feels like I'm getting out here, setting up a tent, being more outdoors. The camper thing was great. I'm not knocking it. I just, you know, when you do the same thing week after week after week, it gets a little monotonous and a little boring. So this is kind of getting the spark back in me, and I'm super excited about it. Really excited about sleeping up there tonight. I wish it would just hurry up and be dark so I could go to bed. But we got some dinner to cook. So yeah, hang tight, guys. Difficult than I anticipated. It was pretty windy out here to get that fire starter lit, but I think we're good now. But gang, check it out. So we have a subscriber, part of our family that we're all friends with here, and his name is Mr. Dean Acord, and he is a veteran, owns a small business, and he sent me last summer a couple of mugs, Yeti mugs, that had my logo engraved on it. Well, I bought this from him, and I just got it in the mail today, and he engraved the Zippo with my logo on it. So I thought that was just really super cool of him. I mean, this guy does some amazing work. And if you feel like supporting a veteran guy with a small business, I'll leave his website link below. And he does some crazy stuff. He does gun stocks, he does knives, Zippos, tumblers, cups, anything that you can imagine. He can laser engrave, and this thing is top-notch quality, so check out the link below. While I wait for those charcoals to do their thing, I'm going to get my side dish ready, which is just asparagus and red potatoes in a foil pack. that I love doing. Easy cleanup. Really no mess. I love my big old Viking knives, and I think this might be my most favorite one that I just got. Look at that bad boy. That thing is, this is a sweet knife. Oh. Not even fair to these potatoes. All right, so potatoes on the aluminum foil, and then just some asparagus. Washed and cut at home, of course, because it makes it easier. Whoa. Right on top. And some butter. Simple salt and pepper. That's all this needs. I lie. I'm gonna put something else on it. I got some, and I love this seasoning for chicken. It's McCormick Kickin' Chicken. And it's got a lot of red pepper flakes in it. And it does have a kick to it, for sure. So we're just gonna get this wrapped up. And if you're gonna do foil pouches, I learned this a long time ago. Buy the heavy duty foil. It's not worth it. Spend a little bit extra bit of money and get the heavy stuff, because this rips so easily, and then it kind of takes away that vapor seal that this stuff needs to cook well. All right, there's your side. We got some chicken. And those coals are getting close. All right, this is always the fun part. There it is. There we go. No shortage of tinder around here right now. Alright, well, just getting this prepared for after dinner. Have us a little, hopefully a nice little campfire. If that wind dies down, I can get this thing to stay lit. Check on that chicken. I don't know why. I thought it would be cool. But that's what I got working with for the chicken. Smells fantastic. You can smell the spice on it. But I'm gonna let that cook just a little bit longer, get those potatoes nice and soft. I'm gonna treat myself to this. I don't know, you know, I guess if you folks are crazy enough to watch this channel, you probably watch Roaming Reckless, who Maria is probably my most favorite human on the face of this planet, behind my wife, of course. But she has a great channel, super fun to watch. But she's always talking about these Olipops, and I had no idea what they were. And I finally saw it in a Target or a Walmart. I can't remember where it was. But holy cow, they're expensive. This can was $2.50. But apparently they're really healthy for you, supports digestive health, got all kinds of biotics in it, prebiotic, botanical, plant fight. I had one at home, not the grape. I had a some kind of orange one, and it was good. So I picked up this classic grape one. We're gonna give it a try tonight. So good. It's so good. Wow. Dang. Man. Wow. That is, guys, if you want to waste your money and spend $2 on a soda, yeah, these Olipops are fantastic. Hot, 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 hot. I can hear it sizzling, so hopefully that's a good sign. That's too dark for me. That camera makes it look brighter than it really is out here. You guys be on the lookout for raccoons behind me. Ooh, I can smell it. Oh yeah. Wow. You guys probably can't see it, it's so dark, but roasted asparagus, red pepper or red potatoes. I'm just gonna dump this out. Oh no! It's okay. I'm still gonna eat it. All right, here we go. One more Olipop drink. Let's try this asparagus. Give this spicy chicken a go. Oh, I'm proud of myself on this one. Oh, potatoes are soft and hot. I'm waiting on a raccoon. Dinner was fantastic. Got my fire going, and it's starting to get chilly, so the jacket comes out. When I get that diesel heater started, I'll kind of walk you guys through the process of that to see how much power we use and all the good stuff. All right, folks, well, fire's kind of starting to dwindle down a little bit way back there behind the table, and kind of want to get this little diesel heater going to make sure it's going to work tonight because it's going to get cold. But I found a cool little spot to hang my lantern, so this works perfect, hanging from the roof rack. But anyway, oh, let's get this turned on. AC. All right, so you can see we are at 100%. Now this heater actually just got power. So I'm gonna take this heater, hit on.
Start heating.
Cool. Now let's go see. Starting out slow at 60 watts, 70 watts. I'm really curious to see how high this heater goes compared to my other one. Now this heater also does have Bluetooth, so I can use my phone, but I'm gonna take this up in the tent with me, you know, just in case. We're climbing, we're at 125 watts. I don't hear that pump clicking though yet. There we go. There is the infamous diesel heater click. But I didn't see that thing get over 125 watts. And you can see if this is gonna keep going down, but right now I can run this heater for 14 hours. Now when that heater starts going, it's gonna go down to 10, 15 watts. All right, yeah, it's starting to really pick up now. Okay, there we go. 140 watts. Well, isn't this just riveting? But it's something that I need to know, especially for when I go out in 3 days when it's 9 degrees outside. I gotta make sure this bad boy works, because it's gonna get cold up there. Next plan of battle, guys, is I gotta get my tailgate up, I'm gonna get the ladder put on, and then I will meet you folks up in the tent. Well, gang, we're set up in here, and this is so much fun. There's so much more room in here than what you really think, are in these little rooftop tents. Like, I could actually partially stand up. I could stand up more. Of course, I was having a hunch over when I put on my pajama pants, so I just have more room to stand up. Now it's a totally different vibe than the truck camper, but it feels so cool in here. And I'll show you guys what I'm looking at outside here in a second, but I just kind of wanted to show you around. So I've got this heater on the absolute lowest setting that it can go, and I'm too warm in here right now. So I know that this thing will work, but let me kind of show you up close what that Etsy thing is. So it's got this kind of wedge that zipper just comes down, and then the zipper goes on the outside, and then same thing for the other zipper. So it just creates a little bit better seal for that duct coming in. But I'm telling you what, gang, it's warm in here. I'm gonna have to cut the heater off. My irrational fear is that if I cut it off, will I be able to cut it back on in the middle of the night when it's super cold? But I think I'm gonna have to cut it off because I can't cut it down any lower than it already is. So for power, you can see the light that's up there, which for me is plenty enough light in here for anything that I need to do. It's kind of hard filming, but for power, I've got, again, that tiny little power station that's, oh, and I do have a carbon monoxide detector in here, just in case, I don't know, but I've got this in here. But to power everything, I'm just using this tiny little Blue Eddy AC2A, and right now it's just powering my LED light above my head, but I will plug in my iPad to it. So something tiny like this, I think is gonna be great. It's only 200 watt hours, so it's not a big power station at all, and I think it weighs like 2 pounds. I don't know, don't quote me, but it's very, very small. But behind that, I've got my backpack with all my stuff, and then our Christmas Chex Mix that we're trying to finish up. So I got that for snacks for movie time. And then back here, I got my phone in this pocket. Charger, phone. Can't really see outside, but my pillows, my giant water bottle, and then the ugliest color sleeping bag that known to man. I forgot it was that ugly. It was in a black bag, but I hope it gets as cold as they say it's supposed to get tonight. But this just feels good in here, like not temperature wise, but it just feels cool. I did order a little 1-inch mattress topper to put as added padding because I think this tent could use a little bit better mattress. It's not quite as thick and plush as my previous rooftop tent, so I did have to order a little pad that I'm gonna have to cut and put underneath this one. So I think that'll help quite a bit, but I'm not worried about not sleeping well because I can fully stretch out. So I'm not even all, wow, I got a ton of room behind me still. So in theory, I probably have twice as much room in this thing as I did my camper, my truck camp. And I see a bug I gotta kill. How did they get in? Anyway, so gang, I don't know. There's really not much else to say other than I'm pretty stoked about this little setup. I think it's gonna be fun. And I can't wait for a couple days when it gets to be in the single digits. Really gonna put this thing through its test. Because I did order an insulation kit. So Topoak has an insulation kit that you can put on the inside that's like a quilted blanket that covers the entire thing. You can't close the tent with it on it. But I ordered it, so hopefully that'll help if I do end up taking this thing out in the frigid Snowmageddon 2.0 that we're about to get. But I am going to grab my iPad and watch the greatest movie of all times, I think, hopefully. Denzel Washington, The Equalizer. You can't see that. The Equalizer 3. Equalizer 1 and 2 are awesome movies. Not for kids. If you're a kid watching this, don't watch it. Not for you. For us adults. But I haven't seen Equalizer 3 yet, so I'm super pumped to watch that. But gang, I'm gonna head to bed, I guess, and watch this movie. And if anything pops up throughout the night, I'll be sure to let you know. But tomorrow morning should be a great view looking out over that lake that you can't see behind me, but that's gonna be sweet. So folks, thanks for tagging along, and we will see you in the morning. Take care. Good morning. Obviously I didn't go get my haircut like I promised. Man, the wind and the weather has changed since last night. It's cold outside. It's 26 degrees and just dropping. It's gonna be 24 degrees in 2 hours. So the thought of me sitting here kind of hanging out, letting it warm up, isn't really gonna work. But I'll tell you what, this diesel heater, it was a lifesaver, man. I can't imagine doing this thing, doing a tent camping like this without a diesel heater. I had to turn it up 3 levels when I woke up around 4 this morning because it was cold in here. But I had it on the lowest setting. Now it's on level 6 out of 10, I think. And it feels, without it, I couldn't do it. But 40-mile-an-hour winds last night. The tent held up great. The only thing that annoyed me was that long strap that's up top that you use to pull down the tent when you're closing everything down, closing it up. That thing was just flapping around everywhere. So next time I take this out, I'm gonna have to find a way to kind of strap that down somehow so it doesn't sit there and flap around all night. But other than that, yeah, it held up really well. There's no condensation, which I'm really surprised about anywhere. So that's a good thing. But I did end up having to get under my sleeping bag. I was using it just as a blanket, but it got too cold, so it was a decent night. I definitely am looking forward to getting that extra 1-inch thick mattress pad. I'm a side sleeper, so it's not the most comfortable. It was doable, but I think having that extra pad is going to be a lot better. But it's cold. So I kind of gave this thing a bad rap on my other channel. Didn't really have a good use for it, this electric kettle. But I realized it's not big and it's not glass, and kind of works out pretty well for cases like this when I'm out doing things, because it takes about 5 minutes to boil water. My hands are frozen solid. Whew. All right. Power station's at 87%, so that's good. Plenty of power, but let's get this coffee going. Start. Had to go inside to warm my hands up. Whew. Yeah, the worst thing is it's just getting colder. It's not really warming up for me. Well, I'd say this thing worked out really well. There we go. Tent is up. I normally like to pack up everything, like my grill, pretty well, like in the original package before I leave, but my hands are frozen and I'm cold, so I'll do all this when I get home. All right, coffee water is boiling. Oh, it feels good in here. Oh. Well, one of my coffee bags ripped, so that's unfortunate. So we ended up at 84% on my battery after running the diesel heater all night and making this pot of coffee. So obviously plenty of room left over in the tank. Well, gang, that is a wrap for my little first trip with my rooftop tent. Sun's starting to poke out behind me now, and it's getting colder and colder as I talk. So if this is any inclination of what a few days is going to be like, I've got some preparing to do. I gotta find a way to stay a little bit warmer. But I think this turned out really, really great. It was fun. I slept pretty well considering everything. So I know how to make it better, and hopefully by next time we'll have that all set up. But yeah, it just felt really cool being up there. Just a different vibe, different feel, a little bit more fun in my opinion than just the whole truck camper thing. Just for me, but I enjoyed it. So gang, hopefully I'll be posting an impromptu video if we don't get any precipitation. If it's gonna be icy roads like we get here in Texas, I won't be going out. But if we're able to just maintain cold weather and no sleet or ice, I'll be out trying to do this thing again this week. So gang, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.